Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. McNasty Customs. It ain't nasty unless it's McNasty. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. And by NH Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system.
Hey there, Motorheads. This show is for you. It's Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now, if you've got a vehicle like this, you love cruising down the road, and I bet if you're like me, that means you love listening to your favorite music as well. Well, that doesn't come so easy in a truck like this from 1967. You see, this is what you had back then. This is the original stereo out of this thing. This monster provides you with all the glorious sounds on the AM spectrum, and just two speaker wires here coming off to the original speaker. It has seen better days, by the way, but just one little speaker there in the center of the dash. I always say it sounds like a clock radio when you're going down the highway at 70 miles an hour, and that's all you had. Well, guess what? Custom Autosound has solutions for you no matter what your vehicle, because they have speakers and stereo systems for hundreds of vehicles that look just like the factory originals that came with the car off the showroom floor. Key among them is something we have on this Chevy C10. It's the slide bar radio. So when you're driving along and has electronic display, you're able to use your Bluetooth and your MP3 player and listen to all your favorite music. But then when you park it, you slide the bar over and it looks just like the original equipment, and no one will be any the wiser when you're at your car show showing it off on a Friday night. Now for this C10 here, we chose to use some kick panel speakers like these. They are made to fit your vehicle, so you look on their website and find out what fits your vehicle exactly. They blend right in with the trim of the vehicle, nice and stealthy, and they sound terrific. We also have subwoofers from Custom Autosound. They're only 3 inches high. There's little feet that go on them. They install right under the seat or anywhere you want to put it. Some vehicles we've actually put it behind the back seat in the trunk, but it's very flexible. It couldn't be simpler to hook up. Everything is color coded. Let's take a look to see how it all goes in. The thing I love about Custom Autosound is the instructions are super simple, and it's also easy to hook up the wires because everything is color coded. Now with this stereo here in the C10, the owner decided that he wanted a subwoofer. So we pulled the stereo out. That was easy, just a couple of bolts. Ran a wire from behind the dashboard out leading here underneath. Now this is going to be hidden by the kick panel we're going to put in, and it runs over here to the subwoofer. Now there's 2 leads here. One is black and white and the other is just plain black. The black and white one, per the instructions, goes in here to the red input, and the plain black one goes into the black input. And that is it as far as hooking up your subwoofer. And there's lots of options as far as mounting it. I've mentioned this is 3 inches tall. It just clears in this truck, so there's no need for any other hardware to hook it up. If you wanted to put it maybe back against the firewall or something, behind a seat, again, we've done it behind a back seat of some cars. There are actually some mounting brackets. It comes with all the hardware you need. You just screw it onto the bottom of your speaker, and then you can also screw it into the vehicle. In this case, we're just going to be able to place it underneath the seat, and then we will run the wire around. We'll remove the door sill trim. We've already unscrewed it, and pull the carpet back. It's just a matter of hiding that cable underneath the carpet. But for purposes of time, we'll leave that till later. Now to our kick panel. It is made perfectly for your model of vehicle. So this is a 1967 Chevy C10. And to get it in here, we're going to start by pulling the carpet back. Hey, look at that. For the bright headlights, the old pedal on the floor, remember that? Oh, and by the way, grab the kids because you can show them this museum piece. It's a clutch pedal, something you'll never see on a car these days. Just a couple of wires here. There's a small one and a big one. And guess what? There's a small connector and a big connector here on the back of the kick panel. So just hook these 2 up at the appropriate spot. Little one goes to the small tab, and we are good to go. We'll just flip that over. We'll also hide our subwoofer speaker wire behind it. And again, this is made for your vehicle. We did have to unscrew the vent lever from the sidewall of the truck, but that is no big deal because we're going to screw that back in later, and that will actually help keep our kick panel speaker mounted to the side of the vehicle. It's a perfect fit here. Pull the carpet back, and no one will ever know that you have something aftermarket unless you really give it a look. Pull back the door trim, and it wraps right around the speaker. And again, we can do the same thing with the trim all the way around. We'll add the door sill trim around our subwoofer speaker and dress this thing up and make it look really nice. And we can hide all these wires here behind the kick panel, and we are good to go. There are other screws if you need them, but we found in the case of the other side of the vehicle, all we needed are these 2 screws for the vent lever, and we are good to go. That's enough to hold this thing in. So this is going to give you brand new sound in your classic vehicle. That's really all there is to it. We're going to dress this thing up and get the trim all nice and tidy, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. We will return with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coating, so do not go anywhere.